Welcome back to The Line. Our final topic this week is homework in schools. Sandia Vista Elementary in Rio Rancho has a new rule that sounds like every student's dream: no homework. The principal said, a fist bump from Dan, the principal said in interviews with other local media this week that the change will reduce stress for students and give them more time to spend with their families. Sophie, and she makes an interesting point that students work hard from, let's just call it from 9 to 4.
Right.
And we ask them to do all this stuff at home to extend the workday, so to speak, with a still developing brain.
I'm
and
not
things
functional for longer than basically 9 to 4 myself.
Right, thank you.
I'm sorry, employer, but that's.
I've heard
there's a lot of research behind it.
I've heard this said this way: if you want to ruin a family's end of day, let homework be the thing.
And one of the things
do you know what I mean?
seeing,
It starts fights. It's terrible.
One of the things we're seeing with younger generation is that more and more teachers are reporting that the parents are doing the homework for them.
Thank you.
And so what we've basically created is not just extra stress for the children,
Yep.
but a second or third job for the parents.
Right.
Right.
And they can't always do that.
That's right.
So I think there's that, but also the nature of the kids' experience in school has changed since any of us was in school. We had art classes, we had music classes, we had home ec eventually, we had recess and gym, and those things have been sort of whittled away so that we could pack more education into the school day. But what's happening is that parents are then trying to provide that kind of enrichment out of school, and you hope that they can afford it or that there's a program that allows it because it's so important for those kids. We've basically created a workday for the kids, I think, and we hear from the Montessori system successes with not having homework. It seems to me that we've created a situation, perhaps for good reasons, in which the kids do all the work that they really need to do in class with instructors who can help them, instead of going home and having mom or dad say, I don't remember algebra, I kind of don't know how to help you.
Thank you for that point.
Exactly.
Pick up on that. I have had, my ex-wife's a school teacher. I used to hang around with a lot of school teachers. Here's what they would say all the time. In a place like New Mexico, you're asking for a big problem when you do that, in fact, expect a parent to help out with a kid with schoolwork, because that parent may not necessarily. And so it creates this whole new level of
Especially with all the
shame.
Common Core stuff.
Well, that's true too. It's
different.
beyond everybody.
It's different.
But you're talking about issues of shame, issues of feeling low self-worth, and that can manifest in ways behind closed doors that we all don't want. Not to make this a catastrophe, but you know what I'm saying. Homework's a very tricky thing, and once you get behind closed doors.
It's a very tricky thing these days. As Sophie said, school is so different.
That's
and,
right.
we have all these problems with the schools. We talk about it all the time.
That's right.
Our rates in this state of people not graduating from high school is staggering.
That's right.
It's staggering. And then we have the teenage pregnancies, and then we have the poverty, and parents may be working 2 jobs. What on earth is wrong with us? Why don't we go back to the way we used to have school, where I had Mr. Ball for music,
Sure.
We had fun with that. We had art. We had a couple of recesses a day. We're talking about kindergarten through 3rd grade.
Right.
I don't have kids, but I have friends who've got children that age.
Yeah.
We're expecting them to work from 9 to 4
Right.
without the music, the art, the gym, the home ec, or wood shop.
Right.
And
That's
it's-
later, but still.
It's ridiculous. It really is. It's like, when are we as a country going to get together? Why aren't the parents protesting every single day that their kid has to go through these
We are at home.
testing and
right.
doing more homework?
interesting,
It's
actually.
ridiculous.
It's interesting to see the online polls, and I always poo-poo the online polls, so I can't really say this with a straight face, but a little bit with a straight face. The no homework team is really out there on those websites. Those parents are really saying
right.
this would be huge. So we're hearing numbers like 60%. Now, again,
75%
grain of
real
salt when it's
right.
not a real survey, but
right.
but there seems to we don't seem to hear from a lot of parents who are like, oh no, this is terrible.
That's right. Yeah, interesting. Pat DeVasto, by the way, is the principal who's implementing this, and I give her a lot of credit. She seems very confident in this.
Definitely. Yeah.
Because this has been rising to the surface quietly for quite a few years now. A lot of studies. I remember reading about this in the Washington Post last year when people were sort of like, what? No homework. You can't do that. But I ask you, Mary Torres, you did not get to the place in your life being an attorney, running your own law firm, by just playing around in the dirt every afternoon when you were a young kid?
Maybe she did.
Well, maybe she did. But at some
Played with my
point,
5 brothers.
that's right. At some point, however, homework has its value.
Sure.
That discipline. And one of the interesting things in the article is about 5th grade. You need to start thinking about
Right,
this.
and
So-
I understand that, and I do remember, because I went to Catholic school, but I do remember my dad sitting me down 2nd grade, and I had to be practicing my
Right.
penmanship and things like that. I remember that. But what I think that might be lost here is that the principal is saying, instead of homework, send them home to read.
Yes.
Have them do reading assignments. And
That's
I
right.
mean, my husband and I do that with our grandchildren.
That's right.
They now read us stories. Our third grader and our kindergarten
cute.
reads us stories. So we're keeping track on their reading, and I think that's a good idea.
Right.
I think that's a good idea. And the idea of 1st to 3rd grade, that's fine.
Right.
But you've got to start increasing your homework and increasing your responsibility, because we've got to compete as a nation. We
Right.
have to really instill
love-
those values.
You bring up my
That's
next. You
the
bring up my
part.
next question. Though.
Yeah.
I'll throw this to Dan. I want everybody to touch on this. Are we not potentially setting up a system where we've got kids falling behind? If we've got kids coming from a family like Mary's family being read to this homework early on, are they not getting a leg up that these kids who are going to be playing through 3rd and 4th grade?
So let me just start by saying K through 3 was the toughest 7 years of my life. And so
You wouldn't be alone, dude.
It was difficult. I would say yes and no.
Okay.
So I think that one of the things, and I've said this before, we've got to get back to reading, writing, and arithmetic in schools, right? We're putting so much on the teachers, so much responsibility on the schools that we're taking away from the time that they can learn. We've decided that there's all these new ways of learning. We're cutting everything from physical education to band and the arts. That stuff, especially these early ages, needs to be there. I think what needs to happen is we need to dial down the expectations of these little kids and start letting them build a solid foundation, right? I always cringe when my friends are like, oh, my kid's writing cursive in the 2nd grade. Well, what is he sacrificing to do that, right? I mean, how about is he reading? Does he wear his Batman uniform? What is he? Those are all parts of the maturation
Does he
process.
enjoy it?
That's
That's
right.
right.
That- is he going to be the kid that is a brainiac in 3rd grade, and by 8th grade he's totally done? And so I
happens, too.
think that yes, but I also think at some point, Gene, we've got to figure out a way to get parents back involved in their kids, whether it's parents, older siblings, grandparents, somebody.
Are you afraid that people are hearing that I'm off the hook if this starts to become popular?
No,
with
I
parents?
think
Oh, I don't have to do anything now, just
actually, I
I'm
think,
good,
I think,
you know.
I
That whole
think people,
reading thing.
I think it may get people more involved.
Okay.
Here's why. I can tell you right now, I know nothing about math.
Okay.
I can't balance a checkbook. When my kids come home and got questions about trigonometry, geometry, algebra, I can't help them. Right? So we don't have that interaction. If they were getting the help that they needed from the educator, the teacher that knows that stuff, and they came home at night and said, Dad, I want to talk to you more about history, government, reading. I'm having trouble with this. Even the parenting issues. I'm having trouble with other kids in school. I think we would have more of that bonding time that I think gets wiped away when it starts off with, Dad, I got questions about trigonometry. And I got to tell him, it took me 4 years to pass Algebra 1. So I don't think I can help you with trigonometry.
Google it,
And
kid.
so, yeah, and that's what the answer. So I think to your question, Gene,
Yeah.
I think if we stop forcing these kids to go home with these huge homework assignments that force parents to do things that they're not qualified to do, which then turns them off and steers us away from that conversation. Maybe if the kids had time to come home and said, let's just have dinner and talk.
That's right.
Let's talk about social problems I'm having at school.
That's right.
Let's talk about me growing up as a young adult. I think maybe we'll get parents more involved in the kids'
I
lives.
think just to add one more thing.
Please.
So I teach.
God help me, I sound like a liberal, don't
You
I?
don't. You don't. Don't worry. I teach students at the college level and as they're getting ready for graduate school, and then I teach some students in Anderson's MBA program. What I often see holding students back as they're in college, as they're getting ready for grad school, is that they don't have study skills. And I love the idea that at some point between 3rd and 5th grade, maybe 5th grade, 6th grade, there is a moment at which that's taught to them because it is learnable.
Yes.
It
And
is.
so why, you know what, in 2nd grade and 1st grade, study skills,
Right.
I'm not, if you try to teach it to me, I may not be able to learn it. And I realize, I'm not a professional in early childhood education. But what I'm seeing is that's never getting communicated. And so if you're failing in your study skills early on, this maybe gives us an opportunity to say, like, all right, we're going to start the homework soon. Let's talk about what that's going to look like.
You know,
point.
it's
About
off the
20
subject.
seconds.
It's off the subject, Gene. But we were talking to some friends the other day, and I remember what's changed now with my kids. Right, my kids, I got to know where they are, what time they're being back, all the time. When I was growing up in New York, my parents kicked me out of the house when the sun came up and said, "You better be home when the street lights come on."
That's right.
And I don't think
with my folks.
I don't think it made bad kids. Right. I think I had boundaries of where I could go on my bicycle,
right.
and it made us, we grew. And now we're building these bubbles around these kids that we're forcing them to get smarter younger. We're protecting everything they do. They're not having a chance to grow up.
Well, the other end of it, too, for parents is to, I can't believe I'm going to say this, turn your television off when your kid comes home from
Exactly.
school.
And your
Unplug
iPad
it,
and your
get rid of it.
phone. and
That's
your-
right. Just make sure to turn it back on
We
Friday
don't
nights
need
at
to worry
7
about the
o'clock.
kids on their
Exactly.
phones. It's
Exactly.
the parents on their phones.
That's right. That's all the time we have. Thanks, guys. Good stuff.
Thank you. Thanks.
I'm Gene Grant. Thanks for joining us this week for New Mexico in Focus. As always, we appreciate your time and effort to stay informed and engaged. We'll see you next week in Focus.
Funding for New Mexico in Focus provided by the McCune Charitable Foundation and the Nalita E. Walker Fund for KNME TV, the KNME TV Endowment Fund, and viewers like you.